Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Black Lagoon, the show where we love to talk about all things spooky. Before we get the episode started, I just want to clarify that, yes, I am feeling a bit under the weather, and I know my voice sounds a little hoarse. Christmas came a little early, and that's not the only thing that's coming, but that's besides the point. I went and I saw Terrifier 3 on the big screen, and oh my god, what a fucking film. This movie has absolutely outdone itself compared to the two previous iterations in Damien Leone's Terrifier series. We already got a fourth movie announced. I'm definitely stoked about that. I'm not gonna go entirely into detail about the movie. I just want to talk about the movie. I had a lot of fun with this one. This one definitely exceeded my expectations. Not that my expectations were low or anything like that. I was absolutely excited to see that this movie was getting a little bit of a Christmas theme, a little change up, a little switcheroo, if you will. Compared to the last two movies, which both took place on Halloween night, Art the Clown decides to just get festive. There are so many moments in this movie where David Howard Thornton shines. For one, him getting excited by seeing Santa Claus at a bar through the window and him just getting all giddy. And there's just like so many moments in this movie that made me laugh out loud, including the violent parts, especially with my wife. We were both sitting next to each other, just having a blast, throwing our fists in the air, going, "Yeah, this is it for slasher fans." Because my God, is there a gratuitous amount of violence? If you thought the first two Terrifier movies were just absolutely grotesque and just torture porn, my lord, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. If you have a weak stomach, for the love of all that is unholy, do not go see this movie. Just don't. Like, I keep seeing all these posts about 9 people left Terrifier 3 after the first 10 minutes. They couldn't handle it. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, I must be a fucking maniac. I must be a goddamn outright deranged piece of crap because I was okay. But that's just me because I'm a slut for gore. A gore slut, if you will.
What the hell is even that?
David Howard Thornton's character for Art has definitely fully developed now to the point where there are a lot of moments with this character that just completely outshine in every single moment, whether he's in the background or whether he's in the foreground, whether it be terrifying, ha 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 ha, funny, or just outright comedic. And my God, he really outdid himself this time around. Not just David Howard Thornton, but Lauren Lavera. She does a fantastic job. She was in the second movie, and now she's in this movie. She is definitely getting that final girl status. She fucking needs more roles in horror movies because she does an amazing job with what she's given. There are just so many moments in this movie that were just spectacular. It's what I've always wanted in a 80s slasher film, but brought into the modern era. Those were kind of the main issues that I had with older movies, such as like Friday the 13th Part 7. That movie was heavily cut to shit, and you didn't really get to see the special effects that went into that movie with each and every kill. This movie just, Terrifier 3 just goes out of its way and says, fuck you. If you have a weak stomach, I don't give a goddamn. You can leave. There are a bunch of kid deaths in this movie, and I kind of saw it coming from a mile away. As soon as I found out that Terrifier 3 would have a Christmas theme, I'm like, you gotta have children being murdered, right? That's a no-brainer, especially for being the third movie in this franchise. We gotta up the ante. Now, I know a lot of people were complaining about how violent this movie is and how I saw a lot of stupid comments about how just completely evil Art the Clown is for killing children. And no shit. He is a villain. He is supposed to be sadistic. No fucks given. When it comes to evil, I already talked about this. When it comes to evil, there is no line. There were a few moments that made me cringe just a little, and that is saying something. Because, by golly, there's not a lot of things that just make me go, ooh, oh God, why? There's a shower scene with the chainsaw. My lord, that scene, seeing that person just get their leg cut and then try to walk on it and slip on the water and watch their leg just break off like a fucking chicken wing. No, thank you. That scene in particular made me go, oof. I kind of had to just look away for a second. And then there was another scene. I never thought I would see somebody take a shard of glass and then proceed to themselves while watching another person die. This is probably my favorite Terrifier film to date. Compared to the last two movies, this one definitely takes the cake. There were a lot of moments in this movie where I kind of feel like they were referencing other movies. When Art is sitting window side in a rocking chair, it kind of reminded me of Black Christmas, and I don't know if that was a direct reference to Black Christmas, or maybe it's a reference to the Changeling. I don't think that's the case, though. But I definitely think my favorite moment out of this movie would have to be when Art finally meets Santa Claus. There are so many. The entire thing is so comedic until it turns sour, and that is Art the Clown for you. I'm not going to be surprised if a bunch of people are going to be uproaring about the child slaughter, the sheer violence that this movie dishes out. If you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, get out, honey. I don't know what to tell you. You should probably steer clear. With that being said, this has been Black Lagoon. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Have you guys seen Terrifier 3? What were your thoughts on it? Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.